Hello, dear participants. Just give me a minute, please. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining today's session. We'll be waiting more 2 minutes to join other participants, and after that, we can start with the session. Thank you.
We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100 plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100 plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500 plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100 plus authorized training partners and 50 plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000 plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices.
Hello, everyone. Very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching this session from. We would love to know your location. Meanwhile, I'll just quickly start sharing my screen here. Just allow me a minute. And here we go. I hope you all can see my screen, and I would love to give you all a very warm welcome. Last session of this week, GSTC certified learning AI that delivers unlocking business value with Enterprise Copilot, with a theme that is transforming enterprise performance with AI powered copilots. My name is Preetham. I'll be here as moderator. Feel free to use the chat box in case if you have any question or doubts, and I'm very happy to assist you all. So we had this incredible panel of experts who joined us for the previous session to share their insights with the same time slot. I'll be announcing upcoming week's webinar and the series as well. So stay connected till the end of this session. And today we have the incredible speakers, and I'll be introducing them shortly in my next slides. And before I could hand over the session to them, I would love to quickly introduce our hosting organization, GSDC. Those who have joined us for the first time, I'm very proud to inform you all that we known as Global Skill Development Council. We're vendor agnostic, vendor neutral. We are globally recognized certification body, and we're accredited by ABICB. We do have 100 plus certification portfolio with us, and we have certified more than 250,000 professionals worldwide so far. Also, we have 500 plus subject matter experts. Those are industry experts. They work with us closely to help us with our programs, exams, and all the deliverables. Also, we are associated with 1,000 plus multinational corporates, 500 Fortune companies, 50 plus universities across the globe. And a very proud thing to share with you all that we do have 100 plus authorized training partner across the regions. We have partners in Asia, Africa, Canada, America, and many other countries. So a big thanks to all our training partners and those who have joined us through our training partner channel. In case if you're looking for any training program for yourself, feel free to reach out to our training partners to have an inquiry about it. I'll share the contact details shortly in the chat box. A special thanks to our Wall Press Hub, our official media partner. They cover all our events and press releases. A quick introduction to GSDC AI Studio, those who have joined us for the first time. This is the platform where we do provide 100 plus live sessions on AI monthly, which is led by global experts, where you'll be getting 4 daily sessions, which is 45 minutes of live and impactful session along with the hands-on learning, where you can apply all the concepts immediately that you have learned in that particular session. And in case if you get any question or doubts, that will be resolved instantly with the help of our subject matter experts. So this training is aligned with the industry standards for the job ready skills. So get in touch with a learning advisor to understand more about the GSTC AI Studio and how you can access to this studio, as this is the opportunity where you will be learning from the AI leaders around the globe, right? So, as I mentioned, that our current certification portfolio have certification on learning and development, HR, generative AI, agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor, implementer, project management, agile DevOps, SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and so on. So let me tell you all, this certification portfolio is specifically designed for our professional who want to upskill themselves or who are looking to stay industry relevant in this AI era, right? In case if you're looking for further information about this certification program, please feel free to reach out to our learning advisors, or you can check our website www.gstcouncil.org for detailed information and to check other offerings that GSTC has for all of you. So what all benefits you'll be getting to this? You'll get a lifelong membership with that certificate upgrade, free access to all our workshop, boot camps, events, and guess what? Free access to all our exclusive learning program that we have. And with that, you'll be getting implementation resources, speaker invites, and newsletter. Lot of benefits, right? So to understand more about these benefits in a better way, please get in touch with our learning advisors. You'll find their contact details shortly in the chat box. And without any further delay, I'm happy to announce that we'll be having Nandadeep and Smita for today's session, and they'll be covering the topic, which is implementing agents for Microsoft 365. A quick introduction about them. So, Nandeep is an independent consultant and Microsoft MVP with deep expertise in Microsoft 365, Azure, and Power Platform. A published author, Udemy instructor, and community leader, he specializes in architecting and delivering large scale enterprise solution while actively contributing as a speaker at global tech events. And Smita Najan, she will be our co-speaker today. She's a Microsoft MVP too and seasoned M365 architect with 16 plus years of experience in designing and implementing enterprise solution using SharePoint and Office 365, a certified Scrum Master and author, an active community speaker. She's passionate about driving digital transformation and knowledge sharing across the tech ecosystem. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining today at GSTC for today's session. You can have the hander of the mic now. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the warm welcome and the introduction. Let me quickly try to share my screen and please confirm whenever you can see it. All right, hopefully it should be visible now. Yep, all right. Okay, so hello everyone, welcome and thank you for joining us today at this session of implementing agents for Microsoft 365. And thank you very much GSDC for hosting us. Um, Many of you must have been using Microsoft 365 or maybe part of it, including Microsoft Teams, SharePoint, Viva, and so on. So what we will be covering today is how you can create agents in very simple ways to Microsoft 365. We will not go very deeper into the coding or anything else to make you feel very complicated. But the intention will be here is to just to let you know how you can create the agents for your Microsoft 365 ecosystem while you are working into that. So quickly, for example, if in case you are new to Microsoft 365, it is kind of a software as a service offering available from Microsoft, wherein you can use various applications and services, including Microsoft SharePoint, Microsoft Teams for the communication, Outlook, Office apps like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on. And then we are here to show you like how you can create the agents for your Microsoft 365. All right. So let us get started. But before we get started, a quick introduction. Myself, Nadadeep Nathan from Pune, India. I'm Microsoft MVP as well as Microsoft certified trainer, author of these three books, including SharePoint Framework, SharePoint Hybrid, and Viva Connections. Even author of Udemy course on SharePoint Framework. And then on to the right hand side, here are few of my social media handles to get in touch with me, including my Twitter or X handler, even the LinkedIn. And As well, if in case you are interested to read out my blogs or YouTube channel, the links are here and happy to connect with you. And with me today is Smita.
Hello, myself Smita Nathan. I am from Pune, India. I'm having total 17 years of experience in Microsoft technology. I'm a Microsoft MVP. Apart from that, I'm author of these two books, and these are some of my social handlers by which you can get in touch with me.
All right, so let's get started and let us look at the agenda. So what we'll be covering today is we will understand what is meant by agent. We will look at the agent architecture. There are various approaches to build the agent for Microsoft 365. Also, we'll see what is meant by declarative agent and also how we can briefly create the custom engine agents with Microsoft Foundry. Again, there is a agent 365, which is a control plane for agents. Microsoft Enter Agent ID and then GitHub models. I know it is a very huge agenda, but let us see like how much that we can cover. But before we start the session, for those probably who are not using Microsoft 365 or who have not used before, let me quickly introduce that to you. So this is the landing page of Microsoft 365, wherein it will welcome you with the Copilot kind of an functionality. This is how it looks. Now at the very top here, you can see we do have work as well as web, these two tabs. Work, that means all of the information or all of the answers that you will get from this Copilot. You are going to get that from your work context. For example, all of your emails, all of your documents which are shared in SharePoint, as well as all of your conversations from Microsoft Teams. Now, when you will go for web, even all of the questions will be answered from the web interface or web knowledge as well. Okay, so for this, at least you need to have Microsoft 365 Copilot license to see these two tabs and work with that. This is quite a simple interface. This is a place wherein you will be able to ask the question, which we call it as a prompt, and then you are going to get the answer. Okay, let me just quickly refresh this because it seems like the window is frozen for me. But okay, now from here you can start with new chat. You can search through the AI content. There are various libraries available. You can be able to create your own copilots or agents that we are going to look into. And all of your agents that you have created so far available to you from your organization, you will be able to see them from this left navigation. Now, again, for example, if in case you're very much new to the Microsoft 365, we do have these apps, and from here, probably you will be able to see the various familiar apps for you, for example, including SharePoint, um, Viva Amplify, all of the Office applications like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, so on, Outlook, Power BI, Power Apps, everything. So this is nothing but which constitutes your Microsoft 365. Now, coming back to the Copilots and agent, probably you might be hearing these two terms very indifferently. There is a copilot, there is an agent, but what is the difference between these two? There is a subtle difference between these two. Like when we say copilot, what we can do is we can use this kind of a chat interface. Like I can ask some question, I will ask that question by sending that, and then I'm going to get the answer. And here you can see like copilot has kicked in, and it is answering me the questions which I have asked based on the knowledge which has been given to that. This is Copilot, which does the normal kind of an functioning, ask the question, get the answers. But now, for example, when you want to go beyond this, when you want AI to take certain actions, we need to create something called as an agent. Okay, so this is the basic difference when it comes to building copilots versus agents. Okay. All right. So with that, let us get started and let us talk about what is meant by agents and how the agent architecture looks like.
Yeah, so the agents are the AI powered programs designed to automate and carry out the business tasks by working alongside people or in some cases acting on their behalf also. So instead of just answering the questions, agents can take the actions, follow the steps, and help the complete the real work for an individual, a team, or an entire organization. So the agent can vary in complexity based on what you need. So at the simple end, you have retrieval agents that focus on finding the right information such as documents, emails, or record. And moving further, the task-based agents can perform the specific actions like creating a tickets, updating a data, or triggering a workflows. So at the advanced end, the autonomous agents can reason and make the decisions and carry out the multi-steps processes with minimal human involvement also. So the key idea is that agents are flexible, so you can start this small with the simple information retrieval and gradually evolve towards more advanced autonomous capabilities as your use cases and confidence grow. So let's see this agent architecture. What is this exactly? So this shows the high level architecture of an agent and how its core building blocks work together. So at the center is the orchestrator. So this is the brain of the agent. It decides what to do with a user request, which tools to call, how to sequence the steps, and how to handle the results or the errors. So agent is grounded by knowledge. This includes the instructions, rules, and access to data that help the agent understand the context and produce the accurate relevant responses. So tool give the agent the ability to act, and this can be actions, workflows, APIs, or the integrations with internal or external systems. So tools are what turn an agent from something that only responds into something that actually does work. So the autonomy defines how independently the agent operates, and this includes the planning the multi-step task, handling the exception, and responding to triggers or events without the constant user input. So all of this is powered by the foundation models, which provide the reasoning and the language understanding capabilities. So on top, publishing and management handle how the agents are deployed, version, monitor, and govern. So agent can also connect with other agents, enabling the collaboration and more complex scenarios. So the key takeaway is that an agent is not just a prompt, it's a structured system made up of orchestration, knowledge, tools, and the model. So the all manage and secure as a complete solutions. So with that, we will see this SharePoint agent. What is exactly the SharePoint agent? So every SharePoint site comes with an agent. So anyone who is having the edit permission can create the agent from a SharePoint within a few clicks. And also you can just share your custom agent with your team and the integration with the Microsoft Copilot Studio as well. So let's see about this uh, SharePoint knowledge agent also. So what is this exactly? The SharePoint knowledge agent. It is recently introduced by the Microsoft. But before that, let's have one quick demo. Before going to the knowledge agent, we will create one SharePoint agent also, which is the out of the box. So let me just go to that screen. So for that purpose, you can just come over here in any of the document library. So in our case, we have this traveler browser document library. So once you go over here, you can see we have added all the files. We having all the details related about different countries also. So in this case, you can see it's having the details about the Dubai hotels and everything. Yeah. So over here, what we can do, we will just create an agent and we will give the instructions to agent. What are the source should be there and what should be the other things also. So from the AI actions, you can click on create an agent. So it will give you the options what are they there. In the overview you can see the name of the agent. So whatever the name you are going to give over here, everyone will able to say the same thing. Then there is an option to change the icon also, and then you can just provide a purpose of this agent. Yeah. And then the next step is sources. So from where you want to source data for this agent. So in our case, we have just selected it as one document library. You can have a multiples also. Check for some couple of instruction. What are the limitations over there? So there are up to the 20 sources can be chosen for the each agent. So you can just select up to the 20. So you can just try for that one. So you can just provide a site URL over here or from the OneDrive also. So in our case, we will keep only one. And let's go now the behavioral of the agent. What is exactly the behavioral? So behavioral is nothing but how the agent behaves. And definitely everyone wants our agent to be polite, to be very professional as well as. Yeah. So over here, you can just mention that what are the prompts are there. So by default, there are three prompts: summarize the recent file, tell me more about, and how you can help me. But you can just change this one. So in our case, we have just done a quick change. You can see the suggest me the hotels in Dubai. Okay. So now you can see it's got reflected over here also. So it's just giving the immediate result. So now what we will do, we will just provide some of the instructions over here. So let's say, for example, I'm just providing over here that I want everything in a formal tone. So it will give it in a formal tone. And for example, if you are saying that we want the details in a rhyme, then your agent will write the details in a rhyme, in a funny word. But definitely, whenever you are in office, everyone wants to be very professional. So we will go ahead and we will create our agent. You can see we have just mentioned we want in a rhyme. So let's see what exactly the rhyme theme it is showing that. And then you can just publish it also at a different places, this agent. So now we are available over here. But if we go back to that SharePoint document library, over here, now you can see the agent we created, it has added one entry for that agent. Yeah. And then you can just publish this agent at the different places, and you can just add it at a trusted also, then it will be available and applicable for each and every uh, site in your tenant. So this is about this agent. So from here you can see we are just providing a prompt, suggest me hotels in a Dubai, and we have mentioned that give the answer in a rhyme. So what it will do, it will just give us all the answers in a rhyme. So now we are just asking that, okay, suggest me hotels in a Dubai. So now it is saying that, okay, it is searching, and it should go and it should search in that travel document library, travel browser, because we have given the source for that one only. So it's just taking some time. It is just searching for that information. And once it is get, now you can see. So from a trusted guide, a browser so bright, you can see the first line itself, it is just showing that, okay, it is in a rhyme. So we are getting the answers in a rhyme. And then you can see it is just giving a citation also, that from which trusted source it has just fetched the data and it is showing us this data. Yeah. So this agent you can just publish in at the different places also. You can see the sources also available over here when we clicked on the sources. So you can just publish it at the different places. So in a teams also, as well as in a conversation or any other place you want to publish, you can just publish this one also. So from here there is a share option. So once you clicked on the share, then you can just see there is a name of the sorry, the people you want to invite and other things, so by which you can just invite this one. And then you can just go over here on the agent icon. Over here you can just see it is now loading. Yeah. And there is a three dots over here. Once you clicked over, then it will just give you the all the chat history and everything. And you can just make it as a trusted also from the agent, this agent. Yeah. So that way it is possible. So we are in the travel agent. We have selected that one. Now you can see the copy link for the teams. You can just share, edit agent, set as approved. So once you set it as approved, then whichever site you are going in your tenant, you will able to see that agent in the approved list. Yeah. So now with that, we will go ahead and we will move ahead to the knowledge agent. That is the couple of months back Microsoft has introduced. What is exactly this knowledge agent? So this knowledge agent, as I mentioned, that is the AI powered agent that understand the SharePoint content contextually. It is designed for the natural language Q&A over the SharePoint data. So we will not cover a theory, we will go directly to the demo. What is exactly this knowledge agent and what is exactly it is doing? So for the enable the knowledge agent, what you have to do is you have to enable SharePoint. Admin can enable it via one script. So script is allowing you to enable for one particular site, or you can just enable it for a couple of sites, and you can just exclude it for a couple of sites also. So the multiple options are available. Microsoft has provided a documentation for that one. Once you add an agent, then on the pages level and the document library level, the functionality is totally different. Now I'm just opening over here. You can see I'm on the page level. So also it's giving the option as per your permission. So in my case, I do have admin permission. So I'm getting the more options. So like improve this site, but whenever whoever having the edit permission, they will not able to see that improve this site. So the first thing is the summarize. As you have seen the option available over there, the summarize that one. Let me click on that knowledge agent once again. Yeah. Then the summarize this page. From here you can create a list also. and there are multiple options available, so you can just go ahead and you can just explore the other options. So main thing is improve this site. Yeah, so once you clicked on improve this site, it is just giving you the option, the retire low activity page. So over here, once you go for the information part, it will give you all the details. For example, the pages that are not active or the modified for the last couple of times, you can just mention, if you click on that three dots, it is just giving us all this information. Like for example, okay, show retired page. And from here, we can just change the, in my case I don't have any, but if you have, then you can just check and you can just take a particular action, and you can just change the timeline also. Then the next thing is the find content gap. So let's say for example, I'm just coming over here and I'm just searching for the more related to the HR policy, travel policy, and others user also. So it's just doing the analysis of everything, and then later what it exactly is saying, that it is just giving the all the data it was here, that what exactly your end user was trying to search. So it is just giving all of this, all the details. Yeah. And then the fix the broken link. So let's say for example, in any of the page, if you have any of the broken link that is available within that SharePoint tenant, I think you have to check, might be within only that particular site also. So it will just give you the link of that broken links, and whatever the broken links you are getting, the same time it is giving the option to fix that one. So this is the functionality of SharePoint Knowledge Agent on the page level. Now let's go in the document library, any of the document library, and from there we will see the functionality of the Knowledge Agent. So let me open one of the document library. Okay, so from here you can see whoever is adding the edit permission, they can just use this knowledge agent and can do a multiple things. So now let's see the differences over here. Once I clicked on this knowledge agent, it just says that the create autofill columns. So whatever the documents available over here, as per that it is doing the analysis, and then it is just generating all the details. So it will not add it directly. First, it will show us the result, and then it will ask us for the confirmation. Okay, should we add it or not? So it is just giving all these details about that one. And the same way, you can just do the changes in your view also. So let me go to the next option that is available inside this knowledge agent. But this way you can just check that one, you can just set up the rules also. So now at the one place, on clicking on the one icon, you are getting all the functionalities of that document library. So setting a rule, like for example, if any item is modified, send the emails to XYZ person, and this kind of things you will get it from here. It is just taking some time to load that one, but you will get the same result. Yeah. And then the next thing is create a new view. So from here you can just mention that, okay, I want to create a new view. Okay, let's say there are prompt already available. So we can just select any of the prompt, for example, show recently updated file first. So it's just saying that create a new view that sorts by the column modified, showing the items in the descending order. So it is just gathering that resources, it is working on that one. And then it is just thinking, it is doing the analysis, everything. It will do all the analysis, and then after that it will share all the details with us. And it will not create that view directly. It will give us the option whether we want to create that view or not. And as per that, we can just decide whether we want to go ahead and whether we want to create that view. Yes, so now it is saying that, see, I have a schema and the current default view, and I will create a new view called a modified view with the same column as the default view, sort by the modified. Yeah, so you can see it is created now over here, modify newest first. Yeah, so it is directing creating that view. Yes, but whenever it is coming to doing the changes in any of your existing columns or anything, in that case, it will not do any of the changes inside a column level. So it will first you ask, it will give take your permission, and after that only it will remove or add the columns. But for the view, it is creating a directly view. Yeah. So this is all about this knowledge agent in a SharePoint.
Right. So now that let us move to the SharePoint page agent as well. So SharePoint has been known for the content collaboration. So that means we can create documents, we can create pages in SharePoint. So again, we do have a specialized kind of an AI agent for creating SharePoint pages into natural language. So obviously, when we have got agent, the the requirement or maybe the expectation from the user is that instead of me doing everything manually, I can use the simple natural language, maybe English or anything else, and then I can direct the system to perform those instructions. Okay, and that is where those agents are lightning. So again, here we do have got SharePoint page agent. So let me quickly show it to you like how this SharePoint page agent works and then how you will be able to use. So for that, let me quickly switch to another demo tenant. This is one of the agent which is available out of the box or first party agent from Microsoft. And this agent will help us to create the SharePoint pages. Okay. Again, there are certain starter prompts that you can use, or maybe you can just describe the SharePoint page that you would like to create. Maybe I will say like create a page uh, for global warming. Okay. So let's say, for example, we just want to create a page on global warming. Okay, so this is the prompt that we will give. So what it will do is every agent it starts by creating a plan. So it will create a plan. You can also see like the plan is getting populated here. It is trying to search the information for global warming. It will gather all the information from there. It will divide that into multiple sections. It will add that information there, and then we will be able to see like what everything that has been created so far. So right now from here at least you can see that it has created some information, gathered some information. It has nicely placed that into certain sections, and now it is asking me, this is kind of an agent which will run on instructions. Okay, so it is not just one time, but it will keep asking you questions, and then based on that you need to keep taking the actions. So now it is asking like whenever you're ready, please select the SharePoint site to draft the page, and then I will prepare the final handoff link for you. Okay, so I will say like, okay, I'm ready. Um, okay, I will just say I'm ready, and then what it should do is it should give me the option to select the SharePoint site. So from that particular window, I can select a SharePoint site where I want this particular page to be created. So this is the option which we are expecting. And from here, I can simply select that page or SharePoint site where I want this particular page to be created. So I'll just select this particular leadership site, click on confirm. And what it is going to do is with the content that it has created on the topic that we have given with the sections and everything, it is going to create the page. Again, each SharePoint page has got its own structure. So it will follow the structure and it will create the nice looking kind of an page. Okay, so right now, at least here you can see that it has created the page. Even it is giving us the confirmation that it has created the page here. So we'll just quickly jump into that page. And here you should be able to see that the page is ready for us. And then again, once it loads, this is how the page should look like. It should have all the information about the content or the thing that we have asked it to do. It should have again noted down all that information nicely onto these sections. So again, in SharePoint, we do have certain sections wherein we can align our content. So it will take some time. It is still working in the background on that. But once it has done with that, so even here you can see that it is still initializing the page. It is adding certain sections there and everything. And then once it is done with that, we should be able to see that there is a page which is available to us and with which we will be able to see the content, and that's it. So that means whenever we are working with agent, we don't need to start from a clean slate. We can use the agent to start gathering the information and start from the information which we have got from the agent. Okay, so that means we are not starting from the clean slate. Now again, for example, if in case we are happy, we can just click on keep it and then that's it. Another thing here is again, we do have certain AI capabilities. Like if in case you want to add the section using AI, we can still use this AI kind of a feature to further refine this particular page. Okay, so that means the role of AI has not yet finished just by using the agent, but still we can add certain more sections using AI. Okay, so right now you can see that it has added certain section and it is giving me the suggestions like probably I can ask frequently asked questions, helpful resource links. So let's say, for example, if in case I say like I want to add certain helpful resources link, it can add it there as well. right now it is working on that, and then we should be able to see those links appearing here. Okay, so these are helpful resources and important links that should appear here. So these are the links that it has created if in case I want to get some more information about this subject. Okay, and then obviously we as a human can intervene here. We can make the changes. One thing that you will notice here is that it has created the page, not yet published. So because at least AI wants that human should review this page, review the content, and then only they should publish the page. Okay, so this is how the page agent is, which will help us to create the pages in SharePoint very easily. Now let us go beyond and see like how we can build the agents for Microsoft 365 Copilot.
So this explains the different ways you can build agents for Microsoft 365 Copilot. So based on who you are and how much control you need. So on the left, there is a no code experience for end users. So the Copilot Studio Lite allows the users to create a simple agents or extend the Copilot behavior with minimal setup, focusing on productivity rather than technical details. So in the middle is the Copilot Studio designed for makers and power user. So this is where you can define the topics, actions, workflows, and integrations using a low code tools. So while still having the flexibility to customize the behavior and connect to the business systems. So on the right is the pro code path for the developers. The Microsoft 365 Agent Toolkit and HDK give the full control over the agent design, orchestration, integrations, and the logic. So this is ideal for the complex enterprise grade scenarios. So across all three approaches, the Azure AI Foundry sits underneath as the AI foundation, providing the access to the model, orchestrations, and advanced AI capabilities. So we will see the next one. So this diagram explains the no-code architecture behind the Copilot Studio Lite and how the responsibilities are split between you and the platform. So at the core is the orchestrator, which is completely managed by Microsoft, and this component understands the user intent, decides how a request should be handled, and coordinates everything behind the scenes. So you don't configure or write any orchestration logic, it just works. Then the next thing is about this.
So let us have a look at a quick demo of like how you can create no code kind of an agents. So for that, okay, let me just close out this. And for that, let me just go back into the Microsoft 365 Copilot. From here, we do have option to create new agent. So you can just click on new agent. There are various templates available that you can use here. For example, if in case you want to create a learning agent or maybe any kind of another agent, there are certain templates available which you can use, or even you can even start from a clean slate. You can define what you want. So this is the template that we were talking about. So here you can see we do have templates like test text translator, idea coach, quiz tutor, and so on. So based on that, it will create a agent for you, or even you can simply name your agent, give the description, give the instructions, and you can create your agent. Now the next thing that we have got is the low code kind of an agent which can be created from Copilot Studio.
So this diagram explains the low-code Copilot Studio model and how it gives you more control compared to the Copilot Studio Lite while still keeping the things managed and enterprise ready. So at the center is the orchestrator. Unlike the no-code experience, here you can influence how conversations flows, how tools are invoked, and how the decisions are made without writing the full application code. The orchestrator still runs on the Microsoft platform, so, but you shape its behavior using the visual and the configuration based tools. So the foundation models are provided and managed by Microsoft. So you don't worry about hosting or scaling the large language models. You focus on configuration, not the infrastructure. So you get much richer control over three key areas. So first is the knowledge. So you can define the detailed instructions and the grounding. And this includes the choosing the multiple data sources, refining how content is used, and shaping the agent's behavior for the specific business scenarios. When it's come to the tools, this is where the low code really shines. So you can add the actions, workflows, Power Automate flows, API plugins, and integrations with the other system. So these tools allow the agent to take the real actions, not just answer the questions. And when it's come to the autonomy, you can configure the planning, triggers, and exception handling. So the agents can proactively act, follow multi-step workflows, and handle the more complex scenarios compared to the no-code model.
Now let us go back to the screen and then see like how we can create those agents. So you just have to navigate to the copilotstudio.microsoft.com, and this is a place from where you can start creating low code as well as no code kind of an agents. Again, for example, if in case you are familiar with Power Apps, Power Automate, this is the place from where even you can do those things, which is a part of Power Platform. So from here, you can see that we can either start by creating the agent or workflows, which are again kind of an autonomous kind of an functionality. So when we go for agent, from here we can click on create blank agent, and then we'll be able to create the agent. But let me just quickly go ahead and try to open up any one of the agent that I had created previously. So this is how the agent infrastructure look like into the Copilot Studio. We do have overview section wherein we'll be able to give a name to the agent, give some description. Also, we can select the model for this agent, including GPT as well as cloud models that we have got. We can give the instructions. More importantly, we can give some knowledge here. So right now here you can see that I do have one agent created here, and then I have given the information about Air India flight booking kind of a thing here. So this way, at least you will be able to use the agent. Okay. And then again, for example, if in case you want to connect to the other agent, what you can do is you can go to the agents, and then from there you can create a connected kind of an agent. So once you go for add a agent, here at least you can create a new child agent, and then from here you can create a agent, probably which is a flight booking agent that in my case, and then you can ask certain questions, and then you'll be able to get the responses grounded from there. Okay, so this is very basic, like from where how you can create the agents using Copilot Studio. Now, let me show you the other option, which is the pro code kind of a thing, where you as a developer has got full control. So for that, let me again go back to the Microsoft Foundry. So this is the Microsoft Foundry new portal from where you will be able to build your agents. So what you can do is you can simply go onto the Discover, and here you do have access to the more than 11,000 plus kind of models that you have got. So as of today, when we are talking, it is almost 11,419. So it's a place from where you can start creating your agents. And again, there are certain tools. So there are certain tools that you can create here or use here. But more importantly, let me again go back to the build section. So this is a place from where you can deploy your models, and then you will be able to use them. So if I go into the models, this is the place from where you will be able to deploy your base model, or if in case you have fine tuned any of the model, you can do that. And then once you are done with that, you can create your agents. Okay, so that means you can go back to the agents, and from here you can see that these are few of the agents that I have created here. So you can just click on create agent. Those agents will be created for you, and then you will be able to use the tools. For example, if in case you go into the tools, here you can connect to the tools, and again there are three category of tools that you can use. Configured, that means these are the pre-configured kind of tools that you can use out of the box as it is, which includes Fabric Data Agent, SharePoint, as well as the browser automation. Then we have got catalog of various agents which are available even from the MCP servers, which are ready to use, but again they need some kind of an configuration, so you can use them as well. Or even if in case you want to build your own agent, you can go onto this custom tab, and then from here you'll be able to create the agent. For example, if in case you have got any API which is running onto the OpenAI 3.0 kind of a specification, you can use that as a agent, and agent can call those. Again, for example, if in case you have your own MCP server, you can use that existing MCP endpoint here. Another good thing is, for example, if in case you have got your agent, which is probably you have hosted onto the AWS, Google Cloud, or any of the other platform, you can still connect to that agent using agent to agent kind of a protocol. Now, with this, let me just go back to the old Foundry portal. So this is the new Foundry portal which I was talking about. And again, we do also have the old Foundry portal. Um, and then I do have certain agents created there. So again, when we talk about agents, they cannot be just single. Even one agent can call another agent. And I'm just going to show you one of the demo on that. So what we are doing here is like, let's say for example, we are working on a bug triaging kind of a system. So for that reason, whenever any of the problem statement comes to us, we want to analyze, or whenever any of the ticket comes to us, we want to analyze the impact of this ticket, take the actions on that. So for that, I do have three agents created. Firstly, I do have got this priority agent created. So I will just open up that priority agent. So this priority agent, nothing but what it will do is it will access the urgency of the ticket based on the description, and it can assess that particular ticket as a high, medium, or low based on what kind of an issue that is. So it will help us to decide the priority of the ticket. Secondly, we do have the team agent. So that means from here we can decide which team should own that ticket, whether it should be backend, front end, infrastructure, marketing, and so on. So this is the agent which can help us identify the team who can work on that ticket. Then after we have got the effort agent, which will help us to estimate how much work each ticket will require. So it could be small, that means it can be completed in a day, or medium or large. So it will help you to estimate your ticket. Okay, so these are the three independent kind of an agents that we have got. But now we have got one agent created as a triage agent. And this triage agent, what it does is when a ticket is given to this particular agent, it will use the connected tools to determine the ticket's priority, which team it should be assigned to, and how much effort that it might take. And now, for example, if you see here, if in case you have got any knowledge articles and so on, you can add them as a knowledge. Or even if in case you want this particular agent to take some action, maybe create some tickets into the service now and so on, you can do that as well. More importantly here, we do have connected agents. So once you click plus add against this agent, you can select other agent and make them connected agent. Now, when you select that, you want to give an instruction about when this particular agent should be activated. So based on the description that you give here, this particular agent will be activated. So in this case, what I did is in the effort agent, I gave the description like this agent should help me to estimate how much work each ticket will require. Similarly, for the priority agent, I have given the description that it should help me to assess the urgency of the ticket based on the description. And then I do have this team agent, which should help me to decide the team that should own this particular ticket. Okay, so that's that way. At least what I have done is I have created an agent called as triage agent, and this particular agent is connected to other three agents to solve the purpose. Now let us see like how we can test this scenario. So here we have got this triage agent. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into the try in playground, and then I'm going to give some ticket description. Okay, so let's say for example, we are working onto the organization, and then we do have some system, and let's say for example the login page of that system started showing 500 error for all the users. So this is the ticket description that we have got. So I will just push this ticket description to this triage agent, and what it should do now is that it should identify that there are connected agents that it can take a help of. So you can see that it has started invoking all those connected agents, and then it will help us find out the priority, the team that it who should own the ticket, as well as the efforts which are needed for that particular ticket. Okay, so it is still taking the reference of all those connected agents, and from here at least you can see that it has given us the estimates for the ticket. For example, the priority is high with the justification why it thinks it should be high, again the team that it should be assigned to, the effort estimations, and so on. So again, from here, you can just click on view run info to get all the information. And from here, you can see that it has connected to the agent with the same query which we had given to the main agent, the triage agent. Again, it has connected to the team agent, it has connected to the effort agent, and then it has calculated, or it has combined the output from all the agents and gave us here. Okay, so this is how simply you can create the multi-agent kind of a thing. Now again, let me quickly go back into the new Foundry portal, which you should be using now for your day-to-day kind of an building operations. So from here again, I will go on to the build. Again, here we do have certain agents and everything, but more importantly, here we do have workflows as well. So that means now when you want to have the workflows created, which can involve multiple agents, you can do that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for creation of workflow. Here you can see that we do have certain types of workflow like sequential, human in a loop, or group chat. So let's say, for example, I just go for a group chat. From here, this is kind of a workflow from where we can take the action and everything. We can even set the variable. I can add certain other rules, other activities as well. For example, if loop, for each, go to node, deliver a message, ask the question, and so on. And then from here, probably I can just add certain kind of an agents here. Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm just randomly adding certain agents. So what this particular workflow should do is it should just simply let all these agents talk to each other. Okay, so I'm just going to save this, and I'm just going to call it as a group chat workflow. Okay, so I'm just going to add it as a group chat workflow, and I will just save this workflow. Once you save this particular workflow, you will be able to preview this workflow from here itself just to see how those are working. So I will just click on preview, and then we should be able to see like so firstly that we'll have to give a trigger. So I will just say hi so that this particular workflow will start, and then it will just set the variable. I'm not setting exactly anything into that variable, but that thing has passed, and then now you can see that it has called the safety agent, and the safety agent will just pass on the information to the learn agent, and then they will just keep chatting with themselves. Okay, so this is we have not configured everything effectively here, but what you can have in the real world is you can have the chat kind of a communication between the agents, so that one agent can talk to other agent, they can pass the information, and then the other agent can consume that information and process it further. Okay, so these are the things that it can do. Probably I will not wait until this particular thing run, because there are some inputs which are needed for the safety agent, and then it will pass it on to my learn agent and so on. So this is in a nutshell how we can create the agent. Now quickly talk about we have got something called as agent 365. So now that we are creating multiple agents, we know like we can create agents in SharePoint, we can create agents in Copilot Studio Lite, we can create agents in Copilot Studio, even we can create Copilot agents into the Microsoft Foundry. So what we still need is maybe some kind of a place from where we'll be able to monitor all those agents. And to do that, we have got something called as Microsoft Agent 365. Okay, so because we as a human, we do have identity, we do have certain permissions, and then again, we can perform certain tasks. Similarly, even agents, they are, as a human being, they can access the data, even they can have the control, or they can even have access to the information and so on. So why we should not have any identity for those? And with that in mind, we do have something called as Agent 365, which is available from Microsoft. So from here, you can see like this is a map which shows all of the agents which are available inside of my tenant. So here you can see that these are all of the agents which are available. Again, for example, if in case those are connected to each other, we should be able to see them. But from here, clearly you can see that I do have a few agents created as a no code solutions, 14 with Copilot Studio. Again, I got 14 agents created with SharePoint, with Microsoft Foundry, and so on. So that means I do have a clear picture of how many agents that I do have into my organization. Now, another thing here is like from this place, I can see the registry of all of the agents. Even I can take action on that. So let's say, for example, this is the travel agent that we just had created. So I can just click on the travel agent. I can see like which is the data source which is being consumed by this agent. I can go into the data and tools to know about the knowledge and the actions which is being taken. Even I can go into the security and compliance just to check the security and compliance activities of this. Even I can review all these activities into the Microsoft purview. So if in case there is any sensitive information which is being shared by the user or by the agent during the conversation, I should be able to see that into the purview as well. Again, for example, if in case I want to block certain agent, I can click on block and then we should be able to do it. Even from here, you can see that this particular agent is available to all the users, but I can go onto the users. I can turn off this agent in the organization. I can make it available for certain users and so on. So that way, we do have the entire control plane which is available, by which we'll be able to have a look at all of the agents that we have deployed there. Now, quickly, let me just end this session by talking about GitHub models. Okay, so again, when you are working with Microsoft 365, or maybe let's say, for example, when you are working into the GitHub. So let's say if in case you are using GitHub, we do have the marketplace for GitHub as well. And then in that, you can see the models as well. Okay, so let me just quickly show that to you. So right now I'm logged into the GitHub, and then I can have the marketplace. And in that marketplace, we do have models. So what I can do is I can select any of the model from here, and even I can compare the model performance with any of the other models. So let's say, for example, I want to compare the performance of, or maybe all of the parameters of GPT 4.1 against GPT 5. So what we can do is probably we can just start with the basic kind of an questions like, can you explain the basics of machine learning? And from here we can compare like how each of the agent or each of this model they are performing. Obviously, GPT 4.1 can give you instant answer. So you can see like GPT 4.1 has even given the answer. GPT 5 is still responding. The reason is like GPT-5 is more known for the deep thinking, reasoning, and so on. So that's the reason it will take some time. You can compare the output which is given by both the models. Even you can set certain parameters from here, and then based on that you can decide which model that you want to use. Let's say, for example, if you decide that you want to use this particular model, you can just click on that, and then you will be able to use this into your GitHub as well. Okay, so let's say, for example, if in case you are doing some coding, again in that case you will be able to use this GitHub models. All right, so with that, I guess we are on time. So just wanted to thank you for giving us this opportunity. Again, these are our social media handlers by which you will be able to get in touch with us if in case you have got any further questions. But again, if in case there are any questions, we are open to take them right away. At least I do not see any questions in the chat, but if in case there are any questions, please feel free to unmute, ask the question. Or if in case no questions at this moment, feel free to connect with us on LinkedIn, Twitter, X, or follow the blogs, and then we are happy to take it from there. So thank you very much, and then back to you,
Yeah, thank you so
Smita.
much, Nandeep and Smita, for amazing and very informative session, I must say. And I believe this is really going to helpful for all the participants who joined us today. And unfortunately, they won't be able to unmute themselves due to the protocol. But I would like to encourage all the participants, drop your questions in the chat box. We can take your questions to 2 or 3 questions, maybe, because we are running out of schedule time for the session. So let us know if you have any question. If no, feel free to reach out to our speakers. You'll find their LinkedIn profile link in the chat box and in the screen itself. So feel free to reach out to them in case if you want to have any further discussion related to today's topic. And also, you can post your questions across our blogs and the social media by tagging GSTC. We'll make sure that our subject matter expert is getting back to you with the answers. So for now, I cannot see any question. Let us know if you have any question. Meanwhile, I would like to tell you all that I do have some great announcement for all of you. So stay connected till the end. And Nandip and Smita, again, we are really thankful to you, both of you, for joining here today and sharing your insight on one of the important topic. So before I take the handover back, we would love to hear final thoughts from both of you. So you may start.
Yeah, Miss Atlas, see, AI is evolving across everything, including Microsoft product, non-Microsoft product. You can see like we have got various AI systems. So do take advantages of that. Do create your own agents. At least today, hopefully, we have given you some insights about how you can get started creating this smaller kind of an agent. But definitely go for larger kind of an use cases and see like what best you can come up with. So do use AI platform. use it wisely. And again, when you are using AI, also please considering using the responsible AI as well.
The over to you now. Meanwhile, we hear from her. Nandip, I can see one question. We have got it from Pranav. He's asking how normally implement in real life is the part of application or directly execute agent.
See, there is a agent life cycle. Obviously, like whenever you are creating the agents, we just talk about creating the agent. But again, there are phases of the agent. Like we build the agent, we deploy the agent, we monitor the agent. So for that, again, you will have to create that entire life cycle. So let's say, for example, when you are creating the agent, you need to have the input and output sets as well, so that every time you can check uh, at least that particular agent is giving you the correct set of answers based on what kind of an inputs that you have got. So definitely there is an agent life cycle that you will have to follow for that.
Very well. Thank you so much, Nandip, for answering this one. And I can see there's one, I think we have got this request from Sanjay. He's saying, looking forward to have more detailed session on GitHub. So yes, for that, we definitely have to schedule another session with you again. And again, really thank you for joining us today and sharing your insight. And do you have anything share with all the participants, or if no, then I can take the handover.
Yeah, Miss, at least we have covered so far. So hopefully that answers most of the question, and again give all the participants some kind of an insights on how they can get started with copilots, get started with agents, with AI. So do utilize all of the resources which are available to you, and wish you all the best with your AI journey.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Nandit, for sharing such a wonderful thoughts with all our participants. And as I said, that we'll definitely looking forward to have another session with you.
Yep,
And dear
definitely.
Wonderful. So, dear participants, as I mentioned that I do have some quick announcements. So, let me tell you all, I've been announcing about the certification programs recently. So, those who have joined us for the first time, we do have this certification program in the GSDC. In case if you're looking to opt out any of the certification which is listed here, you can go for either AI Foundation, AI Tool Mastery, and Agentic AI Domain Specialist, AI Strategic Integrated, AI Guardian, AI Change Evangelist, and Leadership Advocate. You can use this promo code which is AI20 to get 20% discount on any of this certification. And in case if you're looking for any further help or assistance, please feel free to reach out to our learning advisors. They're always there to help you with this entire process. And also you'll find all the offer details in the chat box along with the promo code and the link. So feel free to check that out. And this is utility tool. Those who have joined us for the first time, we have introduced this tool for all of our learners. So how this tool will help you all? This tool will help you to level up your profile. How? It will help you to improve your LinkedIn profile score. It will provide an improvement ideas. It will help you to build your personal brand, create AI generated resumes. This has a feature in build where it will help you to create AI generated resumes as well. It will help you to build your AI skills, right? So check this out. You can use this AG100 as a code to get 100% off, which means completely off. This is only for our webinar attendees. So grab this opportunity. You'll find the utility link in the chat box itself. And I'm very happy to make this announcement for our upcoming week's series. This is the continuation of this AI series, but with a different name, where we'll be covering autonomous AI agents transforming enterprise operations. We have incredible panel of experts, industry experts, global experts who will be joining us to share their insights. So do join us from 23rd to 27th March 2026 with the same time slot that you have joined right now, and you can use the same registration link also. And this is another series will be continuation of our learning and development. This is happening 23rd to 26th March. We have this incredible speaker lined up for this series, and will be of course aligning the remaining speakers for the rest of the slots. So do join us. You'll find the registration link in the chat box itself for the learning and development. And there's another series we are conducting in the GSDC, which is on strategic ISO, practical governance, AI readiness, and enterprise risk in action. We have these incredible ISO experts who will be joining us to share their insights. This week, I mean, the upcoming week, 23rd to 26th March 2026, with a different time slot, that is 9:30 according to Central, 10:30 p.m. Singapore, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 10:30 a.m. Eastern. So make a note of the time slot and you can join according to your time. And you can use the registration link to register yourself in the chat box, and also you can refer your friends or colleagues to our sessions and be the winner. How? If you earn 50 points or more than 50 points by referring people to our sessions, we'll be getting back to you with the rewards which is worth $400. And top three winners will be featured on the GSDC Wall of Fame. So we'll be announcing all the final winners at the end of this series. So please do refer maximum people to our sessions and be the winner. As referring people to our sessions like this, powerful and the knowledgeable, it is something that you are taking step ahead to become thoughtful leader, isn't it? Right? So please do refer maximum people to our session. And also, in case if you're looking for any partnership with GSDC, you have the relevant spot here. You can reach out to them in case if you're looking for any individual certification programs or authorized training partners, ATP, or university academic partnership or enterprise level partnership. We have relevant spot mentioned here. You can take the screenshot of this. And also you'll find the details in the chat box. I've shared it earlier. So feel free to reach out to them in case if you're looking for any partnership with GSDC. And in case if you're looking for any speaker opportunity, you feel free to share your speaker profile with us. We do have global platform like Learning Capsule, webinar, and podcast. So feel free to share your speaker profile. We will make sure your profile is being reviewed and we'll be getting back to you with the speaker opportunity in case all the criteria gets met. You can share it with me directly at preetham@gsdcouncil.org or my colleague at pratibha@gsdcouncil.org. And here's our social media platform, LinkedIn and WhatsApp channel. You can scan these QRs, connect with us over LinkedIn, WhatsApp to get daily update on event, webinar, boot camps that we often conduct for all of you. Also, we have the WhatsApp community group where we'll be announcing all the new launches on the certification program in this AI, relevant to generative AI and agentic AI. So keep checking these groups, right? And please do share your valuable feedback on reviews.io and let us know how you're finding our session so far, and feel free to share any feedback if there for us. And thank you so much everyone for joining us today and supporting us throughout this week. I hope to see you all for the upcoming week as well. And until then, keep learning and take care of yourself, and happy weekend. And thank you so much, dear speakers. We'll see you again. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a nice weekend. See you soon. Bye.